know that they can approve a variance to the specific plan. I thought you would have, maybe I'm wrong, but you don't, what you're telling me is, doesn't sound like you have to do a 500-foot radius and go back through the planning commission for this? Can DRB just approve this?
No, we still have to go through, we still have to go to the zoning administrator. We still have a hearing, and we're still getting a conditional use permit.
And you'll contact the 500-foot radius?
Yes. The notification is required, the hearing is required. It's not, the DRB isn't the say-all, be-all, end-all, but we have to get their approval in order to get approval through the zoning
I think
administrator.
there's two pieces. There's conditional use for wireless telecommunication, and then there's the variant or an exception, specific plan exception, which the design review board has to advise on, but city planning will ultimately approve or not approve on the specific plan exception, and there might be a specific plan exception and a height variance, but I imagine they'd be combined into one deal, and then the conditional use for wireless. So, a big ball of different entitlements that have to be approved.
If this isn't approved, what would be your alternate approach?
Right now, I don't have an alternate. I don't have an alternate. I can tell you that there's a T-Mobile site that is across the street. I did look at it for co-location purposes. It's a slimline radome design, and that pole is not adequate to place 12 antennas on it with a disguised facility, so that wouldn't be appropriate. And that pole would have to be extended up higher. So I think co-locating on that pole would be visually more intrusive than what we're doing.
Have you thought about looking at other rooftops in the area?
I have not looked at any other rooftops in the area. This location was the main location.
They own it, so that's why it's right.
Because Verizon owns the building, they asked us to work at permitting a site at this location. They're actually doing several switch buildings right now. I'm working on, it's like 8 or 9 Verizon switch buildings, and I'm just one vendor. There's several other vendors that are doing that, so they're actually going around placing sites on their properties, just because it makes sense.
How does co-location work with this? Are you required, encouraged, or would you allow another carrier to co-locate?
Two different Verizon entities. There's Verizon Land and Verizon Wireless. They're all in the same parent company. The Verizon switch building would have to approve that, and they have approved it in the past. They would have to approve it as a landlord. There's no, in other words, let me put it simply, Verizon Wireless would not object to another carrier being placed on top of the facility. They would have to enter into a lease agreement just like any other landlord, and they would have to go through the processing for the permit.
Or would there be, as there is with the towers, there's kind of a, as far as the land use goes, there's co-location by right, assuming you're not making it taller, but, and the landlord has to approve, but if it was, would that mean that they, by right, put a set of antennas right next to yours?
No.
So they would have to go and come back and get another conditional use,
Yes.
another specific plan exception.
Yes, and I think it's important to understand and know the definition of co-location. This would be cohabitation. If there is another carrier on the rooftop. Co-location is when you're on the same pole or same tower. So there is a difference there.
Is there any way, because this building does not look like the rest of our, Chatsworth Street and everything around it.
Most switch buildings don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we live here, we have to look at it every day. I don't really care that much about what Verizon thinks, but is there any way you can make that a little bit more compatible with our area? If you're asking for, a height thing, I think you can maybe change some facade on there, because that's a hideous building.
Yeah, they're not gonna spend $1 million to redo the entire look of the building to put up a cell site. It's just not.
No, I'm not talking about.
But what I can do is something that I offered and I mentioned, which is to help the screens blend in with the building itself, to make it compatible with the building.
And if you could point out that information on something else that's 50 feet in the area, because even 40 feet is really high for us.
And the building's not consistent with the area. And
Well, I mean, the building
His
is
grandfather.
consistent with the area to begin
It
with, so.
was-
Well,
I mean,
actually,
the
the
building
area
was
wasn't
probably there.
consistent with the building.
Long
Yeah, the
time
building was
ago.
probably there long before the rest of the
Building's been
community.
there a long
built
time.
around it.
Not really.
When it was built?
I can find out for you.
Here, it is a good comment, that if you something to bring it more in conformity to the look.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, and I know it takes a while to get everything in conformance, but that particular area along Chatsworth doesn't have much, of a cohesive look, as it is, but it'd be great to start somewhere.
Well, I mean, that's what you said about Chipotle. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Same
exactly.
thing, you know? So I think if you're gonna have rules, you should follow them.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
and especially if somebody's coming in and asking for an exception to the rule, at least they could consider what else they could do to make the other part look nice. But I mean, 50 feet high, I think that's pretty tall. I mean, and that's why I asked about if you could get information on what else is 50, because I think even 30 is pushing the limit in that area. I can't think of too many other buildings all along Chatsworth that are even that high.
Almost thing in the area is, yourself, or that T-Mobile.
Across the street.
T-Mobile, I think that's at 35 feet.
I mean, would you, I mean, realistically, would you want us going in there and putting up, you know, a monopole in that area, a monopine or a monopalm? Or would you rather us be on a rooftop where we can propagate the signal and achieve the coverage?
Yeah, well, not unless if the monopine is, I don't know, maybe that area right next to the building, that grassy area.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, this, to me, this sounds like a pretty good deal in exchange for not having a huge tower in the vicinity.
I
Yeah,
don't
if
think
there
that's
is,
the
if it's
question.
that, if it's that or that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
guess what Jim is saying, or what I'm also saying is maybe there's another roof. I know it's Verizon, and I know it's convenient, but maybe there's another roof that isn't as tall.
As it is, this building is the tallest building around
By
by a long shot, so I mean, what taller roof is you
No,
gonna?
no, I'm just saying, you start with a lower roof, so it won't be so tall.
Well, if you,
Yeah, but then you block off the signal.
yeah, you have.
You have to go 50 feet anyway, even if you're, okay, is.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. And I don't know, because I haven't looked at it. Okay. I can go look at it, and I can come back and tell you, because I can't answer the question that I don't know the answer to. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know.
I have a feeling, that height does have something